So basically, most of the people, good afternoon. Some people, good morning or good evening. And I'm really happy to be here. And so, as Ed mentioned, we have worked several times in the past 3 years, in particularly in the early beginning part of the COVID. We have done sessions together so that we can keep the momentum of people learning and looking for the future. Maybe we have worked together when it was the most difficult period, and now things are obviously, as everybody knows, it's changing and improving a lot. So now we are furthermore looking for the future, and now my the idea that I have developed, which is called goal vision, should play another role, a further significant role. So I'm very happy that everybody are joining from despite the busy days. And from those people from the Australia, maybe you are in the lunchtime, so we are spending just 45 minutes, but I try to briefly speak about some ideas that may be a help for you. And as Ed mentioned, I have like a 15, 20 slides. I don't know whether I can cover all of them. However, I start with the most important part. So even if this finishes at the middle, it's not a problem. You'll be able to reach to the most important things that I want to deliver. And also after the session, Ed and Lisa will send the PDF. Maybe I have covered some part, but it's okay. You can read it and you can understand. And so, as Edward mentioned, so this is a book that I have published, and the purpose is not to kind of advertise the book, but I wanted to highlight that all the things that I'm going to speak are basically written in this, so you'll be able to catch up if you want to. And this we have just checked that this is sold worldwide, particularly in English kind of speaking countries and in Australia as well. And it is on the Amazon with the paperback and also the hardcover and also Kindle, of course. So let me start with that. All right. So as you see on this first page slide, so it talks about the vision and also gold arrow pointing that. So obviously we have, or when we are a kid, we had a dream what we are looking for. And but however, when we as time progresses and we grow, we feel that okay, that was a dream, and it was nice to have a dream. However, some people does make it real and do achieve a lot of things. And of course, all of us do achieve something, but the degree of the achievement may be different. And if we have a kid, it's gonna be hard to speak what to say. When they are very young, we can encourage them to be bold and dream big. However, when our child grows, or it doesn't have to be your child, but as a society, we have a younger generation, and we start to hesitate to say that it's good to think big, dream big, because we feel that we know the reality and reality is there. However, we still have something in ourselves that I don't know yet. I think I can do more. And I want to. You may want to tell that to your kids or some younger generation. However, you don't want to lie. You don't want to make them disappointed. So we need to have some ground understanding of how the world is really made. And this is not what I'm going to speak, is not what I have created. This is something that has been known for a long time, and everybody has represented, tried to do that. And it's written in many books, many philosophical concepts, and also in a lot of religions. So, however, what you can get depends upon what you believe in. So I'm going to just spend 20, 30 minutes to help you start believing what you have believed when you were very young. It starts with the comfort zone. There are only two concepts, maybe three, that I can bring into this room today. One is comfort zone. Comfort zone. The other is about your goal. And if I could reach to that point, I would like to speak about abstraction, levels of abstraction. However, I'd like to go with the comfort zone first. So, what do you know about your comfort zone? Comfort zone is now a popular word. Everybody hears about it, but it was not in the dictionary. I don't know whether it is in the dictionary yet, but that was it is told that it was generated just 45, 50 years ago. And I have a teacher whose name is Mr. Lou Tice, who passed away 11 years ago. He was 78, so he lived long enough. And he started using this word of comfort zone. And we can understand the meaning of that, but it sounds like it is comfortable, it is safe. And some people say that the outside of the comfort zone is a panic zone. Okay, yeah, it could be said that. And this is not just the idea, but it relates to your physical condition. Like when you are in your comfort zone, physically or mentally, you feel safe and you can perform well. Well, once you are out, your body sensation starts to give provide a signal that you are out of comfort zone. You should go back to your comfort zone. That's one thing. Trembling or a lot of sweating and things like that. And the other thing is we want to maintain our comfort zone. That is our nature. Think about a rabbit, a wild rabbit. Wild rabbit has a territory. She knows where she lives. She doesn't go out. Of course, I don't have an experience of being a rabbit, but it's like that. This creek and this I don't know this field is my safer place. The ground is it's really connected. You can go where anywhere, however you don't go. So that is the comfort zone, and people feel that they should stay there. That could be same for human. So what? We are living with this nature. That is the important point. And what does it mean? It means that it's gonna be very hard for us to change things. Very hard. We know that we want to change something, we want to improve. However, it's gonna be very hard as nature. So I thought about this. Like this is just an analogy idea, but let's split the world in two. One with a low performer. A lot of people there. It doesn't have to be low, but the medium to low. Not selling well, not performing well. My role in Japan, or maybe for other people, some people in other countries, but is a CEO coach. So I coach CEOs. So it's about many times it's about the business or sales. So the first thing comes here is the selling well. But it doesn't have to be selling something. It's about performing, doing something good. But the point is that if your performance is low, you live in this area, it's not the way. It's because you are here, your performance becomes low. What does it mean? On the other side, there are people doing well, but the fact that they live here is not the physical area, but live here is the reason they are selling well. So where you belong to first comes, and then after your performance follows is the idea. That where you live means where you belong to means which comfort zone you belong to. I don't know, some for some reason it has stopped. And so the comfort zone can be chosen by yourself. You can choose your comfort zone. Which place do you want to live in, be part of? So most of the people wants to be part of the high performer comfort zone. However, we feel it difficult. And is it really difficult? Is the question. Yes, it is difficult to some extent. However, it's about the perception, like about this book. So I told you that I have written a book, translated a book in English and some in Japanese, but these books are the proof of what I present today. So of course, 10 years ago, I didn't have any book published in whatever language. So over 8 years, 10 years, so I have done the progress to reach to some point. But what I did was not just working hard, speaking to people that I want to publish book, write a book. I did not do that. What I did is that I imagined that I'm going to be a author, public speaker, and kept imagining that. The image was so important. So if you have the strong image, my brain will tell me, okay, if you really imagine, if you really want to be like that, why not do this or do this or do this? Was just automatically provided to me. I didn't started things from the bottom up. I started things from the higher layer. Just imagine. I had no track record. However, I was thinking about that, and then my brain has told me that if I could think about that and believe in that, there are several ways, various ways that I can do to get close to what I really want to do. So this is just a small part of what I wanted to do. However, plays a significant learning for me because if I want to help people achieve their goal, I definitely need to achieve my dream or goal first. And then, therefore, I tried to apply this idea concept to many areas. And I'm sure that everything that I'm doing is very powerful. And as I mentioned, this is not what I've created. This has been already told, and you must have heard about this many times. The difference, if there is a difference, is whether you or I have done it, or believed in it, or doubted it. Of course, I have experienced a lot of failures. Obviously, I have a lot of failures. However, I just believed in that. Of course, Mr. Lutais told me, and I've learned, studied a lot. So I have done some work to strengthen my belief in the system of starting from the goal or starting from your dream. However, that is only things that I did, and I just kept doing, and I was able to reach to this point. So everything are written in the book. It's not that I'm talking about I have done something, I'm still in the progress. However, if you have something that you want to achieve, and if you feel you are still in the progress, my recommendation is to write that goal, write that dream on a paper, and think about it every day, and think about what can I do. It's very easy. So, what is your dream? What is your goal? If you have a dream or goal, why not write it? Just jot it on your paper. Now, maybe we can type it because the possibility that it becomes real is higher when you write it. Obviously, if you go to any research, every research will show that. Then let me speak about my dream now. So, this is the one that I, with my team, friends, trying to achieve to bring the feed forward concept. This is the concept that we want to bring to the world. And there's a definition here: a set of communication skills to help others pay more attention and focus on their goal and future. It's a very simple one. Like you could translate that help other people be optimistic or future futuristic, future looking. Whatever word can apply. And this is what I really want to do simply because I am a strong believer that if you look at your future, I think you'll be happier. And of course, there are very good memories in the past. And when we speak about that with your friend, if we cherish the memory and feel very happy about that, that's okay. However, that thing, that memory, that experience does not happen again. Should I say it again? So something that has happened will never happen again. That could be bad thing, that could be good thing, be it whichever, it never happens again. What we can do is to just live our future. Live our future. The current moment, present moment is only a really short while. So it will become the past every moment. So we are living in our future or living in our past. Which would you like? Would you like to live in your past? I don't think it sounds fancy. Would you like to live in your future? That's what I recommend. And that way has what has been powerfully helping us to achieve more and to feel happy. And this is a set of communication skills, and it's very simple. Asking other people about their future. Like I would ask Edwa, what are you going to do? I would ask Lisa, what's your plan? When they are asked, their brain automatically starts to think about trying to answer. And that has to be about their future. Because when you are asked about your plans, summer plan, if you ask an answer about your last summer, that's strange. So when you are asked about your future, if you don't want to really don't want to join the conversation, that's gonna be a different story. But as long as you are doing conversation, if you're being asked, if you ask somebody, the person being asked will need to think in the future mode. So this is going to help other people looking at their future. All right, that is nice. So how does it help me? I mean yourself. Because if you're asking other people, that will help other people. That's nice. But this eventually comes back to you. Like imagine this. If I ask Ed Wang, okay, what is your plan about the coming year for your business, whatever? And he's gonna speak about his idea. While I'm listening, okay, I'm nodding seriously, involved and listening. However, at some part of my brain, I'm also thinking about my future as well, right? It doesn't mean that I'm not sincerely listening. Even if I'm listening to our brain can do a different thing. Okay, if he is thinking about this, why not I'm doing this? So asking about the future to other people is helping yourself as well because you are asking the question to yourself as well at the same moment, right? This is a simple system and we call it Hisano feed for system. But actually, I didn't need the Hisano, but some kind of native English speaker told me that feed forward is just a kind of a common word, so people won't understand. So add the Hisano. Okay, I took the advice, and the idea is I want to bring this idea to the whole world. Every children would doing the feed forward or receiving the feed forward, and it doesn't have to like that they understand what feed forward is. It's not about that. It's just I want the parents are asking about their future. Teachers are asking about their future. And also the children are speaking about their future and asking the teacher about teacher, Miss somebody, what are you looking for? So I know it sounds strange, the kid asking of the teacher or parent about their future, but it's just a conversation. So I think this is wonderful. if they can respect each other, that all of us have a great possibility. And even if you are 75, 80, 90, 95, 100, you still have future. So I will keep asking, no matter no matter how old you are, what's your next plan? What are you looking for? What are you thinking about? And also I would like to add a word. How can I help you? How can I help you? Even if I don't have a power to help you, I want to show the fact that I want to help you in any way. So these works as a combination. And so I told you my dream. And I believe in that I, with my team, friends, can achieve that. I don't know whether I can really reach all the kids. However, I try to at least plant that seed in various places. The reason I can tell this because I am fortunate that I have found the secret. As I mentioned many times, this is not what I have found, but because of my teachers, because of the people who've done a significant work in the past, I know now how we can get close to and achieve our dream or goal. It's very, very simple. In my background, I'm not a scientist, but my background of this idea is called cognitive science. Cognitive science is becoming popular, famous. It doesn't mean that everybody is learning that, but becoming known because the AI, which is have an impact on Zoom as well, AI has developed, grown because of the cognitive science. Cognitive science is about learning about how our brain works. These days, the AI are not kind of perfectly copying our brain. They are going a different way. But initially, learning about the brain and trying to program that was the first step, second step of the AI development. So, which means that this is really what I'm speaking is scientifically proved. I don't have the time to go into the scientific area today, but it is backed and it could show that it is re- replicable, repeatable. Everybody use this, it keeps working. That is true because it is coming from the science. The other thing is that I have teach this, coach this to many, many people, including very, very top-notch people, and also very small kids, normal people. It every time it worked well. And what I'm going to speak in the coming 5 minutes is about that. And if your attitude will be like this, okay, I know these kind of things, maybe you take just small part of it. What I recommend is that not because I'm great, not because I'm smart, just because this is the nature of how the world is made and how the human is made, is those people who have been super successful has been applying this concept. Whether they knew the cognitive science, maybe they didn't. But wait, how they got this, I don't know. Maybe the dad told them, maybe the teacher, they just struggled, worked hard, and somehow acquired the concept. However, everybody has done something, who has done something is applying this. And I'm sure that you all have some achievement in the past. And where you have achieved that, when you have achieved that, you should have done the same thing. The difference is whether you can keep doing it again and again, or it was just one time. Good luck. So the secret is this. We are all living in our comfort zone, right? That's true. This is a circle. So just a conceptual circle. There's no circle around you, obviously, but think about the comfort zone. Okay, that's understandable. I am living in my comfort zone. You are living in your comfort zone. That's not a bad thing. It's just a fact. In order for us to just get out of this, is of course just get out of that. But if you try to walk out of your comfort zone, the comfort zone have a strong gravity pulling back to your where you are. It works like the Star Wars warship, spaceship, pulling you with a strong power. There's no way that you can and resist. However, if you do something, it's going to be different. Just this. Set the goal. You can use the word goal, dream, purpose, whatever. It doesn't matter. But we use the word of Lutais. He said goal. So goal. That's what I use. So you can use it in whatever way, but to set the goal outside of comfort zone. So don't try to walk out from where you are. First thing is to set the goal outside of your comfort zone, and it should be far away. The farther, the distance is very important. The more it is far, the far it is, then you'll be able to start creating energy in your life. Energy means what happens in your brain. Your brain generates dopamine. Dopamine is a source of your motivation. We can go to a research paper. And also it provides, enables you to have a creativity. But one thing that we really need to do is that we need to believe in the goal to become true. Because it's easy to say that, it could be easy to say that you want to achieve this. But if you don't believe in that includes you have a sense of reality in your mind. So if you have a goal, however, you don't believe in that, you don't feel that that's going to be happening, then you just go back to the original place where you are. So number one is just set the goal and try to increase the sense of reality of the goal world. How do we do that? Use your imagination. This is what I did when I have never written a book, even in Japanese, not in English. It's now translated in Italy and trying to go to Spanish. So it has not been achieved yet at that moment 10 years ago. However, I had a vivid image that I'm doing that. So only these two things are the key. And then we start to create an imaginary comfort zone on the goal side. Of course, that's not real because the comfort zone is where you feel at ease and where you feel that it's real. However, if you increase the sense of reality, your brain starts to feel that, okay, maybe that is another reality. So it looks like that you have a two dotted circle, not a strong, solid one, however, two comfort zone. And if you keep doing that more and more, then you start to feel that that is my reality. And this reality around me is fake. This is not where I should be. I believe that some of you have experienced these kind of things. Before moving to somewhere, you felt that this is not where I should belong to, and then you started working towards that. When you create this environment in your mind, you believing that you are part of that place. Yet you are still here and you want to fill the gap. You work hard. It doesn't start working from working hard. Okay, I want to achieve this, so I'm going to work hard. It's not that way. You start thinking about the goal and your body automatically works without you pushing yourself. You don't have to push yourself. You are pulled towards the goal. Pushing yourself and being pulled is different, totally different. Of course, I know there are efforts. If you want to run a marathon or whatever race, of course, you need to do the practice and you feel that you need to push yourself every day. But that's a different thing. That's a smaller layer. At the higher layer, you really want to do that. So you are pulled towards that, right? So the only thing that you need to have is the goal and the sense of reality. So I would ask you, what is your dream? What is your goal? And do you have a really strong sense of reality of that world? If you really have that, you may look crazy from other people, but that's okay because you are the person to achieve that. You have heard about this kind of story from many people, like Steve Jobs was a crazy guy and he believed in this. The engineers didn't believe in that. There always a fight. But who won? who had the stronger sense of reality won, always was the person who have achieved something. So this is a simple system. I quickly go again this. First, set the goal far away from where you are. Then you increase the sense of reality. And then you have a two comfort zone. But if you keep increasing the sense of reality of the goal world, you will achieve it. And only two things are needed: goal and the sense of reality of the goal world. Of course, you need to have some other things like a confidence, belief to yourself, and you need to help, okay, ask for help. You can't do things alone, but the core is this: you have a goal and you believe in that, right? And from the distance, it looks like this. So you have long way to go. Goal is far away. So always you try to keep this picture, and then you achieve it. Then you create this one again. You are here. You believe in that. That is true for you. You feel that this is uncomfortable. That you are being here. Being here means that you are outside of comfort because your comfort zone in your mind is that, right? So you keep doing this. You shift your imaginary comfort zone, then you follow. First you shift your imaginary comfort zone, then you follow. That is how it works, in my view, in which I have explained this to many people and done this. Many people, everybody has achieved things. All right. Now we are only having 10 more minutes. So I told you that I want to speak about the abstraction. So today, comfort zone, goal setting, and abstraction. All right. I told you about having a goal that is far from where you are. Far from where you are means, simply said, it's have a big goal. Big goal. And how can it be big? Big means that you are seeing things from the higher levels of abstraction, like a layer. So viewing things from a higher perspective is one thing. And when you want to achieve that, you will need to go in detail. But knowing the structure that there are layers in the world, you will be more powerful. I know this requires some time for you to connect to what I'm speaking. But think about this. There is a bottled water here, and one layer up is this has a certain brand. It's a Suntory, so Suntory bottled water. So you have bottled water, which doesn't have to be Suntory, whatever companies bottled water. Then you have a water there or drinking water there. There are always a layer. If you understand this one, it's going to be very helpful for you. So you start from the center point. Black ballpoint pen is there. And black ballpoint pen means that's part of the ballpoint pen. The one layer up is a ballpoint. And that is a tool for writing. So if you go the third layer, it's about the tool for writing. But if you look at the tools of writing, that is part of the stationery. So you have a brother or sister or friend like a scissors or rulers or erasers or everything like that. So when you look at something, if you have a view of seeing things from a different layer, you'll be able to have a bigger goal. So how do we translate this to our real world? So who is running a company or who is selling something? If you want to increase your sales, if you want to make your company bigger, what you need to do is to have a view from a higher layer. So if you are just satisfying one group of people, you may have 5 customers. The company size will limit to 5 customers. However, if you go up and you're not just covering that group, the group is from a different, like if you're providing something from the pets, like dogs or cats, if you are just focusing on the dogs, or particularly type of dogs, then the market will be smaller. But you focus on the dog, then you have a bigger market. You can also provide the cats, then you have a bigger market. So the more you go up and the layer of the list of abstraction, you have a potential to reach to a bigger place, and that's gonna have a chance to increase your sales or increase your contribution to the society. Because contribution to society means If they pay, it's gonna be a sales. So the thinking things in a bigger way enables you to have a bigger goal. So this is why I wanted to explain this. We just really need some more time to dig in. However, the idea is that to try to think from the higher layer, and then you will capture the concept of making your goal bigger, right? Now, then I've created some small table here. On the right side, you see the future. On the left side, you see the past. So as I mentioned, the present will be past part of the past. So future and past. And if you split the world and thinking just about yourself and thinking about the world as well, world means that includes yourself. So starting from yourself and you have friends or families and your colleagues and your company and an industry. So the more you think about more other people, the you are thinking from the higher abstraction, and also that means you are thinking about the world. So, like a word, labels of futurism and labels of abstraction are the words that we use. However, think about the future, which I've told you in the future feed forward section, and also abstraction told you. And also I have talked about the sets the goal big. The more that is far from your comfort zone, it's gonna be powerful for you. And in this book, or in my coaching session, in my each speeches, what I try to do is to help people look at the right upper side. That's what I do. The only thing, the only thing that we need to make our life stronger, happier is this. I know it doesn't mean that you don't have to do the feedback. You don't have to think about analyze why I failed, why you failed, what is the improvement area, how can it how can I make it lean? That is all. Everything is okay. However, if you forget about this blue arrow going right up the side, you start to feel very frustrated with your life. So I know many of you may be a consultant or doing thing that is about the past, analyzing a past, make it improve it and turn it in the future. That's okay. However, let's keep this in mind that future and thinking from the higher view and making it big, thinking big will help you a lot. That's what I wanted to try to say. And just quickly go through this. I try to put some words so that you could understand the characteristics of these four boxes. So doesn't it sounds like that the right upper box is the best place, but the reality is that I myself, I need to think about the past, and I do. If I have a stomach ache or a toothache, I think about myself. I don't care about other people. My my tooth pains. It's very hard. I don't have a chance to think about the future kids at that moment. So it's not about the whole life of yourself or myself, but if we increase the time we spend thinking about our future or thinking from the higher abstraction, we have much more chance to help other people and also yourself. So this is what I'm trying to highlight today. Let's think quickly. I talk about this. So if you are a hard learner, and I see those people around me a lot, you read a lot, you view a lot of videos, and that is a good thing. But some people are not good at, really hesitate to take some action. So even if you know a lot of things, like I told you that if you have a goal and if you have an image, then you'll be able to achieve things. That's true. However, one last advice from me is please do take an action. Take one step, two steps. And when you do that, don't worry about the failure because you don't fail. Sometimes, occasionally, you feel that this is not what I expected, and you may feel that that is failure, setback. That's okay, but if you keep doing that, it's going to be part of your success. So that is the last message that I want to bring to you. Next step, we are thinking about creating an online course. This is just a 45-minute session. And this is work in progress. So I can take questions and just go to I have some bio here. I probably have included this in the one that will be distributed by Lisa and Ed. So that's it. So I don't know how much time I have. So, but I'm going to hand this back to Ed or Lisa so that if there are any question and if something is written in chat, maybe I should answer. But can you take the lead, Ed? That we appreciate.
Yes, I can take the lead. Hello.
Yep.
Well, we've hit the time that we'd specified at the start now.
Yeah.
So there may be some people who are going to be
Yeah.
leaving
Sure.
us now. So to you, thanks again. You can review this in the last club. You can go to the clubhouse
Yep.
lastconference.com website and find out how to access those things. There's a couple of other short pieces from the past that you have in there as well, Hisano-san.
Yep.
So yeah, please go and take a look at that. So if you want to, and if you can stay around and you'd like to discuss this a little bit more, and get some clarification, some of those points, I'm happy to stay here for a few more minutes. But if you're leaving us now, thanks very much for coming. We'll make this recording and the slides, PDF slides available for you to look at later on and review this. But yeah, as always, the not enough time to fit things in, but the book goes through all these concepts really very well and very clearly. And yeah, just reading it, I found it very enlightening and builds upon what I've learned about what you said in previous sessions that we've had together. So I really think the book is so clear and putting these things together. I have one question, which is around goals. So you talk about, I really enjoy the way that you've got a different method for me to approach the way of setting goals, that they're bigger to allow
Yep.
to get you out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
And then I made a comment earlier about SMART goals, and I referred to the SMART goals, which I think most people in who are familiar in English with
Yep.
goals will recognize that. So would you say that SMART goal framework is something which keeps you too close into your comfort zone?
Yeah. Smart is clearly said as specific, measurable. So it works in a certain environment, particularly when the environments are stable, sort of. So, but when the world is changing fast, and then you need to go ahead of that, that will be a kind of a problem. If you just know a smart goal is perfect, you could have the way of thinking that smart goal, specific, measurable, achievable is good. One thing. However, in the long term, there's no problem having a bigger goal, and the smart work will work particularly in the long term with the long term bigger goal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
It could fit with that as well. But I
Yeah.
think maybe the point could be that if you keep your SMART goal too small, you're keeping yourself in the your comfort
Yeah.
zone too much,
I,
right?
I believe so. So
There
some of
was
my clients come with a smart goal, and just what I say is that's okay. That's fine. Let's achieve it. However, why not just think in a different way?
yes.
Just suggest that, and then she starts to think in a bigger way.
I try and fail quite a lot with smart goals. So reading the way you talk about goal setting was very, very useful. Eric had a question in the chat about mind maps, and yes, you replied that yes, you do. Could maybe you could explain that a little bit for Eric?
Yeah, I just don't know what is the background of the question, but the mind map is very powerful to help me think about that things. So when you want to, we use a similar thing that is called balance wheel. Balance wheel is a circle that has a goal and topics. So that's if you write a mind map of a future, and one kind of a criteria for the difference is that we write a bigger thing, and then it very looks like a balance wheel. So whichever you like is okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
mind
and
map
that's
is very good to dig into things, going to the lower layer of abstraction. And of course, in our work life
Mm,
or real life, we need to dig into the things, and then it
mm.
helps a lot. So I do use that. Yeah,
yeah,
Thank
I would
you.
say the balance wheel is, in some ways, sort of a form of mind map, which helps you to understand what your priorities are
Yeah.
and help you
Mm,
yeah,
to realize what your actual dream is and what you want to do, what it is that you want to do. Because a lot of the time, you might not know explicitly what it is that you really want to do.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe Eric is speaking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that was what I was coming from, particularly with children,
Uh-huh.
to try and help them form their thoughts on their approach.
Yeah. Like it's always good to know that when we think about our dream or goal, we tend to think about just one or two. However, the reality is that we have a lot of important element in our life, not just the work or study or the friend. So you may have more. So for the kids or for a grown-up adult, it's always good to write down the critical areas that you want to think about. And all of them should have a goal, like a goal for your friendship, goal for your family, goal for your work, and goal for your study, goal for everything. However, we don't think about your goal for hobbies usually. So that is how the balance wheel works. And mind map is also same because you have a circle around things, the spaces that you can write whatever around the circle. So that expands your thoughts. So you could use whichever tool, but if you want to study something about the balance, well, it is written in this book. So I don't know which page it is, but depending on the edition, but you can find it, and it's very powerful. It helps people have a better life. Like if yeah,
Thank you.
Noriko or somebody can talk about that, they are the kind of a give a proof. Ellie maybe or yeah. Thank you
Okay.
for asking.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. You can always be relied upon to ask a great question. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question. Appreciate it.
Um, all right. Has anyone got anything else?
Yeah, Alberto is writing some
Sure.
significant thing.
Let's address that one.
That will be the last one.
Okay.
So yeah, achievable, attainable is some word that is required, and so from the organizational view, we better have achievable something. Otherwise, there's going to be very hard to decide the investment of the money or investment of the time. People don't want to just use the time and money for the somebody's dream. So when you are working in an organization or working for the client that says that has to achieve something, it's okay to use the concept of achievable, attainable. But my recommendation suggestion is just keep, even if you are sticking to that achievable, I have an achievable target goal. However, keep that in mind that we always need to have something bigger on top of that, on far top of that. And don't forget about that is just what I can say.
Yeah, I guess the concern was attainable. The word may be too
Yeah.
limiting in
Yeah.
smart. Yeah.
So therefore, I don't want to create an enemy, but I think 21st century coming, the era like a ChatGPT doing many things, maybe smart goal will become a bit outdated, possibly.
Yeah, I like the way that we intellectually know a lot of the things that you talk about, but we find it difficult to achieve them and
Yep.
implement them. And I like the way that the way you spell it out helps us to approach it in maybe a fresher way.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
True.
Thank you very much, all. We've come to the end of our time now, but it's too short, and it'd be great to have more in the future, perhaps. So great to see you all, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you again another time.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.